Alan, in the payments industry, we know there are a lot of challenges, but are there challenges that you see in the payments industry that are unique to the payments industry and that space that you would say we need to be on the lookout for?
Yeah, I would, and I would probably maybe break that by a little bit by regions of the world. Dealing globally with issuers like we do. Currently in Europe, the major topic is Brexit and what's going to happen there and how it's going to affect the payments industry in particular. GDPR, which is a regulation that's been put in Europe, is a big focus for our customers right now, as well as something called PSD2. And all those surround data and data protection and the free movement of data, but also how you protect that data. It's a big expense. It's a big regulation. There's a lot of focus on that right now. This Brexit thing is a little bit all over the place, and right now nobody really knows where it's going to land. Once it does, I think you're going to see a lot of movement around that. But really in Europe, that's kind of where the focus is right now. In Canada, I would say as a country, they're focused right now on some things that have been trailing a little bit with Europe. Interchange pressure. The regulators are looking at the interchange on credit cards now and what they're going to do with that. That's going to apply a lot of pressure to our banks and customers up there that ultimately we're going to have to deal with. So that's a focus in Canada right now. And I'd say in the U.S., it's really looking at the economy and looking at the regulations and where we're headed with those. Some things like in California have already popped up that are very similar to PSD2 and GDPR in Europe. I know we don't want to deal with it state by state, really don't want to deal with it at all, but more locally would be a big issue for us. So if the federal government could step in and do something along the federal lines, that would help us out, at least in that manner. But those are really kind of the big things we're keeping our eyes on around right now.